Welcome back to Fight Week on Fox. Now, Robert Whittaker, Jorge Masvidal is still one of the biggest draws the company has to offer. He is must-see TV every time he steps into the octagon, isn't he?
He is. I think it's because he has such a strong personality and, you know, he goes against the normal wave, which is the athletes and they get in there and stuff. No, he just adopts that violence. Like, he loves and thrives in the violence. They really get behind showing how he started through the backyard fights. And that's the reputation and prestige he's built for himself. It's, he is one of a kind. You don't see many people get to where he is and become an icon of the sport the way he has.
Yeah, man, like it's quite the story as well. Like you remember earlier, obviously, it was him back in the backyard and then these knockouts that you're seeing right here. He went from being a decent fighter. He's fought everybody, the who's who, but then he went through a stage where he was just absolutely knocking people out, highlight, real finishes, and now he's just an absolute star. But one thing that I want, I know he's the underdog in this one. I think he should be the underdog. But I want to get into this matchup a little bit because I truly do feel like this is a massive opportunity for him. I think he gets this win. Leon's going to want that fight. Yeah. We all know the history about that, the free piece and soda. We all know about it. We all use that term. We always have a laugh about it. I really think that if he gets a win, that he might actually get a shot at Leon. So this is huge. I think he knows that. And why I think he can get it done, because it's a 3-rounder, and the fact that when I seen him fight Colby, I thought his takedown defense wasn't too bad. If it wasn't Colby, obviously the guy doing that offense and being so effective and, you know, just obviously that gas tank kept doing it, I felt like most people would have struggled actually holding him down. And I think that's going to be the case this weekend. So I feel like Masvidal might do it and might get that title shot, which is, I guess, is exciting. Maybe I just want that to happen because I like the story. But I can see it. I can see it.
I think that fight between Leon and Masvidal would be great. Like, everybody has been wanting that fight. And, yeah, I think it's a good fight for Masvidal. I think that's a great fight for him. I don't like him skipping the queue over Colby. I think Colby does deserve it. I know a lot of people are saying otherwise, but I think, in my opinion, I think Colby deserves that shot just because, mate, he has put a beating on most people. You know, the Usman fight, I think really stylistically, styles do make fights. And Usman and Colby, they just match up. It's a hard fight for each other. It's a hard fight for Colby. Whereas Masvidal and Leon, I think, is a good fight for Masvidal. But I think Colby's a bad fight for Leon. You know, it's kind of like that triangle, rock, paper, scissors sort of formula.
Yeah, I get that. Well, the thing is, with that as well, that is locked. Is that locked? Do we know if that's locked?
Well, Dana said that he will be next.
He's pushed that a fair bit.
Do you agree with that?
Do I agree with that? Oh, man, like I can see whether there's more to the story, but I mean, let's be real. Colby is no joke, and here we are saying that Masvidal might get it, and Colby just beat him, and you know, so it's you can understand why Colby's going to get that. But I still feel like that can happen, and then Masvidal still fight later. You know, I'm thinking, I thought that was already happening. I thought that was already locked in with the Colby thing. I'm talking about if this Masvidal and Leon does happen, I guess that means Leon's got to get through Colby, which is a tough fight as well.
Surely Masvidal doesn't jump Colby.
No,
because Colby beat Masvidal. It makes no sense in any way. Yeah. In any way.
I actually thought that was pretty much locked in from Dana.
I've seen crazier things, but that would be a big slap in the face.
Now, the forgotten man here is indeed Gilbert Burns, and I worry with Jorge this weekend that Gilbert might present to him a grappling-heavy approach that might immobilise him. And we saw what Gilbert did against a striker like Wonderboy Thompson and how well he was able to neutralise him.
For whatever reason, Wonderboy seems to have a weakness in guys that want to take him down and hold him down, like real wrestling heavy fights. He struggles. And it might be because you can see in his physique, he obviously he's never had to, he's mentioned he's never had a hard weight cut. He doesn't struggle to make the weight. And you can see in his body, he's not a very built guy. He's not very muscle bound. He likes being light on his feet, floats around. But you see him really struggle with guys that can get in there, take him down, hold him down. And for whatever reason, that's been the case his entire career.
So will Jorge have that same problem, do you think?
I think, okay, this is my opinion on the fight.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a really hard fight in his hands because Burns is dangerous. His takedowns is always present. So you worry about his takedowns because his grappling is so under. I don't think people realise how good his grappling is. It is proper next level grappling. But as soon as you start to devote attention to the takedowns, you worry, you let in small gaps for Gilbert's hands. And Masvidal isn't the most technical striker. He's very unorthodox and aggressive in the way he strikes. I think there are holes there that Gilbert can land heavy shots in, which open up takedowns or vice versa.
Yeah, well, as I said, Gilbert's a 3-time world champion jiu-jitsu guy. So if he gets it down, Jorge's got a big problem on his hands. But I just, again, I feel like from the last fight I seen with Masvidal and Colby, I felt like some of the things he was doing takedown defense-wise was great. And I just think if it wasn't Colby, they wouldn't have been successful. That's just my take on it. But I mean, Gilbert is obviously a very powerful dude, very strong dude. But he's got more ways of winning. Let's be real. He's got a lot more ways of winning. But I just feel like my underdog pick of the card would be Masvidal. And again, he's the underdog.
Do you not think though that Colby Masvidal matchup that Burns brings another level of danger with the hands?
If it goes to the ground?
No,
in the hands.
In the hands.
In the hands? Oh, yeah, I could definitely say.
Like,
and when you're
he's got little sledgehammers. Like, they hit hard. You saw with Chimaev, and Chimaev has he's got chin.
Even with Usman.
And Usman.
Yeah, exactly. And you're saying, like with the Wonder Boy, you're talking about with the wrestlers. And that freezes people up when it comes to fighting stand-up as well, because they're so worried about that. But again, yeah, like I said, there's a reason why he's an underdog. I get it. But I feel like Masvidal's going to get it done. And I reckon in the near future, again, there's a few things that have to come into play. Leon beating Colby and then Masvidal fighting him. I think that'll just be great. I guess I just really want to say I think that'll be great for Leon because I love Leon as well. So there's a lot of ways I want this.
Much.
I know I just went in so many angles there and why I want this to happen. So it seems like I'm more hoping that that happens in the near future. But obviously, big test in front of him with Gilbert because Gilbert's no joke. He is dangerous. He's got knockout power. He's got finishes, and he can control people, hold him in the cage, beat him up on the cage, get him down, obviously submit him, and just work on him as well. So he's got a lot of ways of winning. My underdog pick of the week is going to be Masvidal.